Right. We've had these guys on a lot before. Absolutely love them. They've got a brand new single out at the moment called Waves. It is Scotty from Slackrr. How you doing?
Hey Simon, how's it going? Thanks for having me back on the show. I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, we're starting to ease now, aren't we? We can go indoors, and live music is making a very small comeback, which it's like I want to get onto because with you guys, that was kind of your life, wasn't it? I mean, how many shows did you do in a year? Like hundreds
Oh
to
yeah,
none.
and from 2018 when we start, basically, I mean, really, the whole thing started in 2018. I mean, you guys were the first radio station to play our first single in 2018, and yeah, we from 2018 to just before lockdown in March 2020, we'd done 276 shows, I think it was. Um, so festivals, just touring up and down the country, and then yeah, like you say, lockdown, COVID happened, and nothing,
Nothing.
bleakness.
Because yeah, because I do love it because you're like tour poster like posts on Facebook. Like normally a band will put up and they get like maybe 6 or 7 dates. Yours are like double screens. It's like 40 odd dates. It's like yeah, basically if we could set up somewhere, we're playing.
Oh yeah, I mean we've been really fortunate that a lot of the places we were going to play have asked us back. Some new places have asked us there to come and play. So yeah, it's gone as long as everything stays open. We're hopefully going to be back to yeah. I think we've got about 50 shows until the end of the year so far, and that's the thing is that's not even fully booked yet. That's literally like June. I mean, we're doing one this weekend up near Leicester, which is like an outdoor socially distanced one, and then like June, July, August, September, October, they're all really really busy. November, there's still stuff coming in for that. In December, still stuff coming in. Yeah, so it's been it's. I'm just so glad it's kind of gone back to it because it was our life. I mean, it is still our life. Just being a live touring band. Um, so yeah, when it all sort of stopped, it was well the same for everybody. Everyone was in the same boat. Just life stopped, didn't it? Basically.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's starting to go again. But did you manage to do any socially distanced gigs like in that first weird break that we had where you could do things, we still couldn't do things? That weird bit.
Yeah, we did. We actually managed to play. Uh, we did. We managed to do some really cool things. We went to one of our favorite venues. So I'm going to give Graham and the guys at the Cobblestones a shout out because in August, in that break, we did the first socially distant show, which was the weirdest experience.
Yeah.
Because we were the venue, they brought everything out of the venue and put it into like I suppose you'd call it the beer garden of the place, but it's the big garden next to the venue, and yeah, it was all just set up kind of like under a tarpaulin and stuff. I mean, it was hot. It was the summer, so it was really really cool. And so you see groups, just so much distrust between people, sort of spread out like around the open space. And yeah, that was it was kind of nice because when we started playing, when the other bands started playing as well, um, you could kind of see people kind of talking across to each other, and there's like kind of almost this sense of like a community and kind of coming together that had been like kind of missed, and kind of the I don't know the awkward distrust between like we're going to spread this, can't get near each other. It kind of went, which was I didn't expect it to. I thought everyone was just going to kind of be terrified, standing still like upright. But yeah, that was cool. And then after that, we were lucky enough to do well. The place we're going to near Leicester, we did one of theirs in September, which was another one next to the venue. They've just got a big space, so they just set the stage up. Like they set a stage up outdoors for it, and yeah, that went really well. That was sold out. Which was really nice. I mean, a limited capacity, sold out, and sort of things. And yeah, we did a few more. We did one in London, which was really well done, and they literally had an intermission in the middle of the acts. So like three played, at an intermission, everyone had to leave the venue, and then they sprayed it around with like disinfectant and stuff, and then everyone went back in, and we played again. And we did the Stakeout Studios. We did a really cool like full live stream in the recording studio there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the BBC live sessions, and I like this. We did that acoustic session for you guys at yeah. So it's like that. So we've done a few things.
How does it? Because obviously Slackrr is all about the energy. The tracks are about the energy. When we've seen you live, it's all about the energy. When you've got a social distance crowd who can't interact with each other, and a lot of places you had to sit down, that was the rules, and you had to sit at a table. You weren't like, how is that for a pop punk band who kind of feed off the energy of the crowd? You're going, yeah, and there's people that are going, yep, cool, yep. How was that as being on stage, just going, you know they can't do more, but you want them to do more, and you know that they want to do more, but they're kind of stuck.
Well, that's it. You could see. I mean, when we did the London show, it's like this is October, October last year, and I just remember, like, it was all you could kind of see, like security and people kind of getting a bit on edge about it because it was at the Amersham Arms, which is a big venue, like pretty sizable. Like they could run it at a limited capacity and it was okay, and they had table service and seating and all that. And you could just see everyone in there because it was packed out basically again, which was amazing. And you could just see like there's a front row of like I could just see this like front row was pushed way further back than like a normal front row. I can see these girls at the front and they're all kind of like you could just sit and like halfway through they just started screaming and cheering and then everyone else kind of joined in screaming and cheering. You see like the I mean I made some bad jokes. It's like right, this is the last song. Everyone get up and throw your fucking chairs around. I can't say the F word. Throw your chairs around, and you could see security again. No. No one is to get up. No one is to throw any chairs around or have any fun. So I think we just gave it a bit more on stage and just made sure we were having a great time.
Yeah,
and just tried to just entertain everybody because it sucked so much being stuck inside. The last thing you wanted to see is if it was me, I wouldn't want to go and see a band who weren't giving it everything to like try and at least lighten the horrible atmosphere that's been over the country and the world basically for the last year.
What's been happening? I've been oblivious.
Have you living under a rock?
Yeah.
Have you always lived like this, Simon?
Yeah, everything's fine. I don't no one's been coming around to my house. I love it.
Is that part of the deal with Voice FM? They keep you in the studio. You're not allowed to see anybody. You're
not allowed to leave. Once you're in, that's it. They lock the door behind you.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, you're doing a great job for someone who's been socially distanced all this time.
But this is really random, but I remember there was a story in the news. It must have been like 2 months into the first lockdown, and the police went to a house party, and the people genuinely tried to claim that they didn't know COVID was happening after 2 months. So I was like, so no one in that group had been to a shop, had a job, had watched the news, had listened to the news, had turned on the radio. I was like, shut up. There's no way after 2 months of lockdown that was 15 people. That not one of those people had gone, do you know what? I heard this thing on the radio. They said something about I don't know, it began with a C, and like they said something about masks and like hospitals. I don't know, something weird.
They probably thought it was like a special deal on Asda for beer and like Halloween masks and parties and yeah, there's a fancy dress party and Coronas on special offer.
Yeah, one hospital visit, please. It doesn't like there's no way that people didn't know after 2 months.
Like how is that even a plausible excuse? Like,
yeah, every social media, like everyone was just going, well, this sucks. And then
it's like the apocalypse outside. There's nobody on the streets.
Yeah, it was. Like, I used to go cycle in the first lockdown, like in the June sort of time, because it was quite nice weather in the evenings. I was cycling in Portsmouth, and I was going up and down Eastern Road at like 7 o'clock at night. And one night I saw 2 cars. At 7 o'clock at night, that road would be traffic jam. I was like, how could you be like, well, this thing's a bit strange. I'll just keep going.
Everyone's like, every day's a Sunday evening.
Yeah, it's just, bizarre. That was the worst excuse. Didn't know, just didn't know. But yeah, so you guys have been like, it's quite good because there's quite a lot of bands that we've been supporting, and it's nice to see a lot of them are still kept busy, especially like the socials and things like that. But you've done really well as well because you've got some national radio play on Kerrang, which is amazing. Like,
yeah,
that's
that was
great.
insane.
And then
Yeah,
also
yeah,
Rock Sound picked you up as well.
yeah, for the latest single, yeah, they picked us up for that. Yeah,
That's incredible because like I remember being like a teenager buying Rock Sound just because you used to get those free mix CDs. That was
yeah,
what I
yeah,
always
right,
used to
yeah.
go for. All the posters.
Uh-huh.
That's how I filled my room with Rock Sound posters.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that was all great. Like the Kerrang thing that was for our last single before Waves, Playing with Fire, that came out in early March, and we already knew in like mid-February they were going to play us.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's amazing, you know, it's Kerrang. Always wanted, you know. Then I'm listening to the I was sat with my dad and I was listening to it on my phone. And I was just like, Dad, he says he's gonna, he's saying he's gonna play it, and I wasn't gonna listen to it because I was just like, oh, if they say they don't like it or they don't say anything, like don't say anything, that's worse. Like I was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna be a big brave boy and I'm gonna sit and listen. My dad was like, let's have a listen then, let's see. So I was like, all right, put it on, and he goes, okay, coming up next is going to be blah, 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 Slackrr. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, he's acknowledged we're going to be on. This is great. And next thing he's like, and our featured artist of the week. And I was like, featured artist of the week? It's like, it's Slackrr, we're playing 5. It's like, featured artist of the week. Just like sent Kate and Joe messages like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like, that was amazing. Yeah, so that was that's incredible
Can you
dream
imagine?
of ours.
Can you imagine if you just gone and this is Slackrr? What was that? Oh, moving
Yeah,
on, moving on.
You know, I'd have been like, yeah, no, fair enough, fair play. I understand what you're saying.
I understand the hate for my band.
Yeah, I mean, I have the same thing.
What, the hate for your own band?
Oh god, yeah, completely.
And also, yeah, so Rock Sound have picked up the new single as well. That's got to be like another dream. That's where another thing just ticked off the list, isn't it?
That's amazing. Like it's just then the nicest thing is the review they gave for it was phenomenal. I mean, we had some amazing reviews from like On the House, Rock Sound, obviously. New Noise magazine gave us a sparkling review of the new single, and yeah, Rock Sound just so 2 singles in a row go on to because the single before that we had the Current that was played on the BBC. And well, actually, the other 2 were on BBC Kent as well. But to have something like like you say, it's like Rock Sound and Kerrang, you just kind of like that's kind of the ones you're really hoping for. So yeah, that was absolutely phenomenal. Just no words, really.
Yeah, it is just because like when I was obviously I grew up listening to metal and punk and everything like that, and Kerrang was always like the top dog. Like when it came to like Kerrang's opinion, you were like, well, I will listen to what they say. If they say it's good, then it's good. Because like they know what they're talking about. So to get played on that, when I saw that, I was like, yes, I was just so happy that they
oh, thank you. Yeah, it's like I said when you sent me a message at the time, I was just like, dude, you were the first one to play us on radio. So technically, this is all your fault.
Yeah, I'll take that as my fault. Getting played on Kerrang. It's not bad, is it? Because obviously, so now, like I said, you've got these like I would say quite big things for a band getting played on national radio play, national publications. What do you have goals as a band? Like things you want to achieve, like maybe venues you want to play, or stations you want to get played on? Have you got things like that in mind? Especially with what is happening, getting Kerrang, getting Rock Sound, the BBC support as well. Have you got certain things set up now that you're kind of like, well, we've actually achieved this. This next step isn't actually out of reach anymore?
I think when we started the band, I think it's like I would assume it's the same with anyone who starts a band. It's like, oh, wouldn't it be great if we could get this and this and this and this? And so we had all these things. It's like, wouldn't it be amazing? I think one of the first things is like, we sort of said, wouldn't it be amazing if we can get some radio airplay? And then you kind of played us on Voice FM, and then we got BBC. Like with the first single after that, I was like, okay, we did not expect that. And then everything opened up, and it's like, wouldn't it be amazing if we could tour? And then off of the back of that, we started touring. We was like, wouldn't it be really cool if we could play like a festival, like nothing major, like a small festival would be really cool. And the next thing, we're headlining one of the stages at the Isle of Wight Festival 2019.
That's a small festival. I've not heard of that one. Where is that?
Yeah, it's just down the road or something. And
Isle of Wight, you say?
Yeah.
Don't ring a bell.
Some guy called Jimi Hendrix played there once, had a guitar or something.
Yeah. Who was he?
And so that happened, and then after that, we had Rebellion lined up, and we were kind of like, wow, okay, we're just going to keep, wouldn't it be great if we got in? Oh no, so you're thinking, Wildest Dreams is kind of like, okay, cool, we've had BBC. Wouldn't it be amazing if we could get Kerrang or Rock Sound or something like that? And then it happens, and you're just kind of like, okay, well, here are our really big dreams that we had. It's like, we'd love to do Slam Dunk, we want to do Reading. We were going to be going over to Europe before the lockdowns, so we had 2 European tours cancelled. I mean, that was a big thing for us, is playing live and touring a lot. And so I mean, bigger festivals. I think now we're sort of sort of touring abroad, and just in terms of venues, just because we started off playing in small basements, and we still will. Like, there's a couple of shows that are coming up on the upcoming tour that we're just like, we will come back and play for you guys, because we wouldn't have been able to do all this other really cool stuff if it wasn't for the people that had supported us to start with. I'm not saying we are the biggest band in the world. We've just been able to do some really amazing things that we didn't expect. We wanted, but we didn't expect. So like bigger venues, we'd love to get on some, we'd love to support the Foo Fighters. We're just waiting for Dave Grohl to give us a call. You know what I mean?
I've got his number.
Did you put in a word?
He doesn't seem to reply to my messages. I don't know why.
That wasn't Dave from down the pub, was it?
He said he was Grohl. He had the beard.
Oh, yeah. Well,
he had a guitar, but he couldn't sing. So I did think it was a bit strange.
So like goals now for us is just finding a home for the next record would be nice. We signed to our management company in the States back in I think it was January, which is great. They've had dealings with like Fought For You Strong, Abandoned by Bears, and various other bands, and the people we've been speaking to recently has been really, really interesting, really, really cool. I just think playing bigger festivals with bigger bands, and just getting our music out there, spread to a wider audience. Is really, it doesn't feel quite within our grasp, but it doesn't, because of things that have happened when we thought they weren't going to happen. It's kind of like, maybe, who knows?
Yeah, I think that's where you guys are at, because you kind of reached this sort of level. I think it's through just the sheer weight of the work you were putting in, because like you were just on tour constantly, just putting in the effort, getting the singles out. The production's at to a high level as well on all the records as well. Like, you put a lot of effort in, and it is now starting, I think, obviously pay off quite substantially. And I don't think these things are out of reach anymore. Like,
it would be amazing if it happened. If it doesn't, we've had the amazing stuff that's happened has been absolutely phenomenal. And we're just, we're hopeful. I mean, the whole thing with Slackrr, the whole message behind all of our songs, as you probably know, is like, there's always hope within like every single song. It's pretty much everything we write touches various subjects, but the main message of the band is stay strong, stay hopeful. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and we kind of we do live by that. We're always very hopeful, optimistic people. And I mean, especially after the year we've had, like we managed to go in and do like our second album, and do some socially distanced shows, and get the BBC live sessions that we did. That was how our management discovered us. We did 2 BBC live sessions back in October, and that got posted out, and that was how they picked us up. So it's I'd like to say the sky's the limit, but fingers crossed. Let's see if anything else crazy happens.
No, I love that. I think that is a perfect way to end it as well. Just on that optimistic note, there is always hope. I think after the year we've had, that's all we can really hope, like, have at the moment. It's just a little bit of hope that things are getting back to normal. Places are starting to open back up. Music is coming back live, which has been a big thing for me. Not being able to go into a gig is just, that's killed me, because like that was my life. So like,
yeah, I can, like, we've met like over the past. I mean, if you don't count last year, 'cause, you know, we couldn't get out anywhere.
yeah.
We've made so many people that we now call friends who were just interested in our band, and we're eternally grateful for that. So, but we haven't seen those people that we'd usually be like within a couple of months.
Yeah,
We'd be seeing them again, or we'd bump into them somewhere, or we'd be back playing the venue, and we'd see these, you know, fans who are now friends, and, you know, meeting new people all the time. So yeah, it's like, I feel that, man. It's been terrible, like, because we used to go to shows as well. We'd always go to like the local shows when we weren't on the road and check out bands. So yeah, not only do we miss playing them, but going to see friends' bands, or, you know, just other upcoming bands.
Yeah, but that, perfect way to end it. Just, there is hope. The single is out now. The second album, have we got a date on it yet, or is it still finishing at the moment?
This is summer, end of summer, I think is going to be ended summer. Yeah, we haven't got a definitive date. No, you've got me. We haven't got a definitive date. It's coming out this year.
Nice and vague. Summer sometime. But yeah, we love having you on, Scotty. I love Slackrr. Always have done. I mean, the first time I heard Close to Perfect, I was like, done. Loved it. And then
so much,
been a fan ever since. So thanks so much for coming back on, and we will see you on a stage sometime very soon.
You certainly will, man. Thank you very much, and thanks for all the support you've always given us, buddy. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, buddy.